Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. The end of Warzone, or at least this iteration of Warzone, is coming up rather quickly. This iteration of Warzone has oftentimes been referred to as Warzone 3, just because, of course, it's coupled with Modern Warfare 3, even though technically, I guess, it's still Warzone 2, and Call of Duty just wants us to call it base Warzone, and that's it, right? But the end of Warzone 3 is approaching alongside the end of Modern Warfare 3, but of course, because Warzone is still going to be active and online during the transition of, Modern Warfare 3 no longer being the premium game, Black Ops 6 launching, and that being, available and active and online for everybody, Warzone's still going to be there, but the ending period for Warzone is a tad bit different than what's going on at the conclusion of MW3 as we wind down the content year for that. So as we've previously discussed, October 16th is kind of like that main quote-unquote end date, if you will, for Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone as a content year. Essentially, beyond October 16th and 17th, there's not going to be many significant updates, if any at all, happening in Warzone, and definitely not happening in Modern Warfare 3. Now, Warzone's a bit more of a question mark kind of area, just because, yes, when Black Ops 6 launches on October 25th, plenty of players will still be on Warzone. They won't be buying Black Ops 6, or they'll be waiting to buy it at a later date. So you can still jump on Warzone, play the MW3 version of it on Urzikstan with everything going on, from, let's say, October 25th to whenever Season 1 ends up integrating, and we see Urzikstan updates, we see all the Black Ops 6 weapons and operators and movement added into the game. You can still play Warzone completely normally there, but there's probably not going to be many updates going on there. Maybe some stability fixes, some gameplay updates, maybe some one-off weapon changes here and there. We'll talk more on that here in just a moment, but as far as significant updates go, there's not going to be a bunch of new weapons dropping or new operators or crazy new LTMs or playlist rotations. It's going to be a very dry period for Warzone in general, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's just kind of the reality of what it is when a new premium title launches, in this case Black Ops 6, and they obviously want all attention, all eyes, and all players focusing on that as much as possible. So essentially, beyond October 16th, we're not going to see much going on. In fact, in kind of a surprise twist, they're actually even concluding Warzone ranked play a little bit early as well. In the initial Season 6 blog, they ended up posting and saying, hey, update for Warzone ranked play. Season 6 of Warzone ranked ends on Thursday, October 17th at 12 a.m. Pacific. A countdown timer will be displayed in the UI to inform all players of this imminent closure. Skill division rewards will be granted soon after the season has come to an end. And so with that, essentially, you should get rewards when Season 6 concludes, but keep in mind, with the Season 1 integration of Black Ops 6 into Warzone, we're going to see ranked play switch over to Big Map. Finally, at long last, right? And so we're going to see some drastic changes, I would imagine, to ranked play, hence why they're kind of concluding this early, even though, Warzone's not ending by any means on October 17th. Ranked play will be officially coming to a close for the MW3 and Warzone 3 years. So just a little bit of a PSA and a heads up there. And real quick, as we are previewing the entire conclusion of Warzone 3 here, if you enjoyed this video, you find the info helpful, a like rating is always really appreciated. Much love to everyone who does take the time to do so. It really does help the channel grow. And if you are new here, or you simply have not subscribed yet, you want to make sure you're in the know for everything going on in Call of Duty, especially with so much coming up with Black Ops 6, the launch reveals, the actual launch itself, and everything going on there. This is the best place to be to stay up to date with all of that, so feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But as I was saying, yeah, from October 16th all the way up through Season 1, it's going to be a very dry time for Warzone. Really, the only confirmation we have of any potential updates happening in that time period is actually via Sledge. And this just means it's probably going to be some bug fixes, some stability updates going on that are more so universal, not necessarily even Warzone specific. Now, that said, if there are some seriously broken things happening in Warzone, like maybe one day a playlist update drops and for whatever reason it causes some major server issues, or there's a bug going on with a blueprint or a random weapon, then sure, we're probably going to see like one-off hot fixes for that stuff. But as I mentioned earlier, nothing too significant. And what Sledge has said so far is, in response to Season 6 being the final patch, Yes, Season 6 is the final content update. We do expect to release a couple more updates containing bug fixes and stability improvements in the coming weeks. So in this period where Black Ops 6 is in its launch stages and then ultimately does launch, we may see a couple of stability updates, bug fix updates that are global, or maybe one-off specific things for very, very niche situations. But that's about all in terms of actual updates going on. And in fact, the only significant updates are more so in preparation for Black Ops 6. And we've sort of talked about this before with some of the UI updates happening. There are going to be several major updates that will affect Warzone, but it's all for Black Ops 6 preparation. So essentially with this, we're going to see a couple of updates happening within mid-October leading up to Black Ops 6 launch to update the COD HQ basically. And with this, the first update's going to change around the UI. It's going to redesign the actual COD HQ sort of splash menu, if you will, so you can quickly launch into Black Ops 6 right away on day one. And then ultimately within season 1, when Black Ops 6 integrates into Warzone, these new HQ updates will allow you to seamlessly launch into Black Ops 6 multiplayer or zombies and Warzone. However, obviously, there's that whole waiting period where Black Ops 6 is going to be out and the integration will not be live for Warzone. And they say that within that waiting period there, that sort of downtime period, there is going to be a transition time where the new landing page, the new UI and splash tile for the COD HQ is going to be live before BO6 is. And with this, Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone will be those main featured titles. You'll be able to seamlessly launch into those. But then once Black Ops 6 ends up launching, Warzone is actually going to cross launch. And this means that if you are going into the COD HQ, you open up this app and you're trying to boot into Black Ops 6, that'll be seamless, that'll be super easy. But then if you're trying to switch out of Black Ops 6, maybe you're tired of multiplayer, you're trying to go back to some Warzone, it's actually going to cross launch, meaning it'll close Black Ops 6 in the COD HQ and then open up Warzone as its own separate application, but only until the season 1 integration takes place. So that's going to be kind of like a wonky, kind of an awkward time period in general if you are specifically a Warzone player and you don't care too much for everything going on with Black Ops 6, but at least once season 1 launches, that'll all be smoothed out and fixed, and everything should be a lot more seamless transitioning from BO6 to Warzone and vice versa. And of course, during this entire time period, and really from now when you guys are seeing this video all the way up until the season 1 integration with Black Ops 6, this is your last chance to do a couple of things in game, particularly when it comes to max leveling. Obviously, the reset is going to happen with season 1 where our levels will match up with Black Ops 6. So whatever prestige you are in Black Ops 6 when the integration happens, that's the level you're going to be in Warzone as well. So hitting the level cap for season 6 is basically your last chance to max level out for this iteration of Warzone and get all those specific rewards. And as mentioned earlier, same deal with ranked play. That'll be your last chance to reach any ranked rewards until the season 1 full-on reset happens there, where I imagine everyone's probably going back to square one and starting in bronze, since everything will be switching over to big map and it'll be a different style of ranked play. Now keep in mind, your weapon levels, your camos, everything going on for your MW2 and MW3 weapons will still be there, but other things will be coming to a close in full. Your season 6 battle pass and everything else like that. So it'll be more standard for the end of season stuff there, but with a few extra things to look out for as we get ready to transition fully into the Black Ops 6 integration. So unfortunately for those of you who are exclusively Warzone players or free-to-play players, you don't really care too much about multiplayer, or that's not your jam, the next couple of weeks are not going to be all that exciting in terms of content and frequent updates. But once everything gets settled for Black Ops 6 and the integration is here, it'll be back into consistent updates, consistent playlist changes, a bunch of new, things going live in game to keep things feeling fresh, and lots to explore in terms of actual gameplay updates coming with the integration as well. But that being said, those are the main expectations for the end of Warzone 3 here, and that's gonna wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating would be seriously appreciated, and if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button on your way out so you can always guarantee you're up to date with everything going on in COD. Well, once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, I'll catch you later. Peace out.